So, I am back from summer nuts. It is like 2 days after getting back from Canberra, and I'm actually supposed to be back at work. But I've caught a bit of a sickness, you know, that's going around. I don't want to mention what it is on here because I know a lot of these videos get demonetized because of it. But I am sick, so I am at home for a week. I'm assuming got it from Canberra. But that was pretty expected. I'm 99% sure that was going to happen. So I'm very, very lucky that while I was away at Summer Nats, I had pre-ordered a few things so that I had stuff to do when I came back, and those parts have arrived, so I'm not stuck with nothing to do at home over the next week. So one thing I want to address just quickly, because I want to get it out of the way, is this junk. So this is what I'm assuming is a standard sort of VX, VY, LS1 accelerator cable. And usually they have a plastic bracket off the standard fuel rail or off the manifold somewhere that sort of holds this and keeps tension on it. But with these fuel rails, that's all gone and it's broken here, so it's got a cable tie holding it at the moment. So anyway, I bought a brand new standard 5-litre cable, so it's the two nuts that sort of adjust anyway, instead of that sort of plastic thing. And I got one of these sort of universal brackets that I assumed would just fit up because it's a conversion bracket, but it doesn't fit. It hits the fuel rail for starters, and where the holes line up to mount it, it's in the exact same spot, so that doesn't really help me because with a VN cable, the nuts are back here for the 5-litre. So I'm gonna have to do some chopping and re-drill some holes and shave the sides down so it all fits and get it sort of back down here somewhere. So I'm gonna swap this cable over and we'll modify this bracket. So this is the factory LS1 cable, and this is what we're going to, which is a factory VN V8 cable. As you can see, it's adjusted by two nuts instead of however the hell you adjust this one. And we'll see if they're different lengths. So way shorter, as you can see. And that's why the adjuster, or the bracket, it needs to sit a lot further back from where this one was. So it's a good like 3-4 inches. And that is why this won't work if you mount it where it's supposed to go, which is there, because it just puts it in the same spot as the factory one, just mounted differently. So it needs to be sort of back here. After a bit more chopping and drilling, I managed to mount the back on the factory fuel rail bolt and this one on the intake manifold bolt, and there we have our accelerator cable bracket. That's all nice and tight and no more big slack like there was before, and that's run into the car and all ready to go. I also had these 4 little boxes arrive while I was away as well. Now if you know this company and you're on the VN pages or even VL, this guy has reproduced VL turbo hubcaps in grey and silver, and he has just brought out a couple of weeks ago VN Bellina 5-litre hubcaps, which genuine ones I've seen upwards of, as I said a few videos ago, like $1,000 plus. Of course, if you're lucky, I've heard of a few people finding them very cheap, but that's not going to happen for everyone. So I have been looking for a set for a while that were, you know, decently priced, and I sort of just gave up because it was never going to happen, and then these popped up, so it was perfect. So I jumped on a set. I love the look of these hubcaps on executives. Now these are Bellina, I know. For anyone else looking at buying these, the quality is really, really good. I have popped one on and they pop on really tight. There's no chance these things are falling off, so don't stress about that, because I see a lot of the VN guys and VL guys sort of cable tying their hubcaps on. I'm not sure if that's because they fall off or just because people steal them, which is understandable. But yeah, the quality is really, really good. They fit really nice. So it gets a 10 out of 10 from me for anyone looking to purchase these from StreetAuto in Melbourne. So I'm gonna pull the car out and I wanna see it outside with these hubcaps for the first time. I'm so pumped to get this car just looking stock from the outside. She didn't really want to start there, a bit of a popping and farting, but I'm happy to report there is not a single drop of oil from anywhere on this car on the floor where it has been parked for the last 2 weeks without moving. Mint. With my cars, I actually use Armor All on the tyres because it's not as shiny. It doesn't look like real plasticky, but the problem is after a few drives they get this like brown film on the tyres. From all the dust sort of sticking to the Armor All like your interior sort of does when you Armor All it. So, mosquitoes. I'm going to scrub these tyres first because I just want this to look really good when I first pop these hubcaps on for the first time. All right, here we go. Alright, super happy with that. Oh my god, I love it. I'm so happy with that. Buy these hubcaps. If you're interested in getting hubcaps, these are amazing. The only problem I find now is I really need to get rid of these chrome molds and I need a grey rear bar to match the front one. Ignore this, this is still broken. In case I accidentally latch the bonnet, that's how I'm gonna open it. Oh my god, this looks so good. So happy. Both sides on now. God, I'm so happy with this. Engine bay's looking good. Oh, I just noticed another thing actually, and if anyone has one, you can see this parcel shelf starting to go to shit. So if anyone has a grey van exec parcel shelf with standard speaker covers would be great, because this one has some aftermarket speakers in it, which I'd like to do away with. So if anyone has an absolutely immaculate parcel shelf, hit me up. So let me know what you think of the hubcaps in the comments. It was about 70-30 last time I asked in the comments about the hubcaps. 70 being people for it. A lot of people were suggesting Simmons and all this other crap, which I would never do. Never happened in a million years. Sorry guys. In the end, all that matters is if I like it, and I absolutely love it on these hubcaps. So happy. They also just make the car look a lot sort of cleaner, if that makes sense. It doesn't look as ratty because, I don't know, in my eyes, vans just look like a ratty car. Maybe it's just because I'm used to seeing 90% of them being skidded all around streets in the western suburbs, but the Scepter's just made it look, yeah, I don't know. This just looks a lot cleaner. I don't know how to really explain it. And the center caps you actually run with the Interceptors fit behind the hubcap, so literally I could be out and change my mind and just pop all four off and it looks like it did before. So super happy for the 10th time. Now I'm gonna add Dom at StreetAuto's contact details below. You can contact him on Insta, you can contact him on Facebook, or they actually have these hubcaps for sale on eBay, which is probably the easiest way to buy them. So links to all three will be down below, as well as a link to the VL Turbo hubcaps they do also. Continuing on the theme of this video of making the VN look as sleeperish or as stock as possible, because I really don't want to get pulled over in this car. I'm finally going to fit these stock badges back onto the boot that I had painted. So I have here all three of the boot badges. So we have the Holden writing with the old logo, the Commodore writing, and the little red, black and silver executive badge. Now these two are obviously available from Rare Spares. These are the numbers, and this one I got from Newcom Parts, because at the moment they're the only one that does this VN one. This is on the Rare Spares site, but it's listed as coming soon, so it's not available yet. So if you want the Holden one, you got to get it from Newcom Parts. Now these aren't cheap, they're about 50 bucks each, so 150 bucks to put badges back on, but I think it will complete the rear end and give it that stock look I'm going for. To get these all in the right spot, I'm obviously going to do some templates, which is the same as what I did on my XE when I put the badges back on. I've found the easiest way to do these is to fold a lip on the corner you're going to sit your template on, so at least that can locate it right on an edge, if you know what I mean, like so, with these two edges. And then obviously do your measurements on here, trace around this, cut it out, then you can sit this on there and place this exactly where it needs to be. Cleaning the area before you put your stencil on is probably a good idea too. Here goes nothing. Wow, wait. So we have factory badges back on. What does everyone think? I'm pretty happy. With badges on the back, there really is a lot going on the back of this car now. It's weird seeing it without badges, well, ever since I've owned this car. It's weird seeing it with badges. It looks wrong. I don't know. I'm just not used to it yet. But anyway, I'm super happy with that. You're definitely not going to get pulled over now. So we're almost there in regards to, you know, making the van look as stock as possible for street duties. And one more thing that I really want to do, and I've wanted to do since I bought this car a year ago, and that is these VP Calais window molds. There's a couple of problems that are preventing me from doing them. I do have a set. I actually have more than one set, I've got a fair few bits and pieces. I just want to piece together the best set I can, and then I'll get rid of the rest after I've used what I need. Now the problems are, one, with the VPs, this mold here is part of the glass. So to do the VN molds, I need new rear quarter glass. And these are also VP inner trims to match the glass, so I need VN inners as well. I'm also worried about pulling all that stuff out because I don't want to break shit. It's so hard to find really good inner trims, so I've been kind of putting it off because of that. And also, something that was brought to my attention is, because this car has been painted at some point in its life, I'm 99% sure that it would have been painted with these molds on it. Now, I'm worried that I can't really see at the moment until I take them off, that they were painted with them on, so there's going to be a line, and the VN molds are different. They're a lot shorter, so they sort of come up here, so it's a different shape and a different length. So if there's a paint line here where it was painted to under this mold, it's going to look absolutely disgusting, and I'm not going to know until I pull the glass out, which is a bit shit. Also, another thing that has brought to my attention is a lot of people, when they do these VP molds, there's all these little nub things across here that the hockey mold slots that way onto and clips onto, and people cut them off to then just silicone that glass in. Now, if they're being cut off, you pretty much can't put that VN mold on because there's nothing for it to clip onto. The dodgy way is to just Sikaflex the thing on, tape it, and hope for the best, but I don't really want to do that. Actually, I said there was only a couple of things preventing me from doing it, but there's actually a lot, because also the seal that is on this hockey mold, they all go to shit. They shrink and they go under, as a lot of VN guys will know, and no one does a replacement for them. So I was kind of hoping in the meantime of, you know, me stuffing around with this car that Rare Spares or something would come out with them, but no one has yet. So yeah, a lot of things preventing me from putting these molds on, but hopefully soon, because they will look a million times better than this shit. I actually really hate this on this car. It really lets it down. It doesn't suit the style of the rest of the car. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this one. My illness quarantine is over, so I can get back to normal, order parts, do the run around, stuff like that. So see you guys next week.